talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. To throw right away is Vick. And he checks this one down to LT out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now. Vick out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now here's Vick. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Off the play fake, Vick. In trouble, and he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Vick. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd down and back to Tomlinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. On play action, Vick. Escaping the pressure right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Browns have struck quickly here in the opening minute of this Super Bowl. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Vick will look to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll go to Barkley again, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Calvin Johnson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Back to throw. Vick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Vick eluding the pressure right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Vick. Forced out to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll throw again. Here's Vick. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Vick. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Anthony Barr, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught at the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. It's a play fake. Now Vick. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Vic goes play action. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. First down, Vic. Dancing to his left. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Vic. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Flush to his right. He finds Tomlinson as running back. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. LaDainian Tomlinson, 65 yards. And the Browns have come back to make it a 2-point game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Being chased out left. Tries to force it to Megatron, and it's intercepted. Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Three quarters gone by. Don't leave your seats now, folks. The fourth and final quarter of the Super Bowl is up next. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Vick. Throw left side, complete to Ingram.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Fourth down, Vick. And Ingram holds it in. And he goes out right around the 39. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. A 1st down throw coming for Vick. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Vick now. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Barkley, inside handoff. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's Vick. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Desperation time. Vick on 4th down. Steps away to his left. And it's caught. Touchdown. An 15-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Now Michael Vick. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Vick. Buying time to his left.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Vick to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to be brought down. And now making matters more dire, this is going to be 4th down.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now Vick on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Vick operating on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will be out of bounds. So, partner, that means we got some free football. We're headed to overtime.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. Very short kick taken right at the 20.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And, CD, we get to see the debut of the brand-new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Vic with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
49 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Open to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Vic to throw it. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards on the play and a first down. Here's Michael Vick. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
The throw on 2nd down from Vic, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw, Vic. Dancing to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing, Vic. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime in the postseason. But they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules were changed. Partner to afford teams an opportunity.
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there in overtime. 67 yards.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death, or go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. J.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the first down sack. Vick, and that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This drive must end in the end zone, or this ball game is over. Here's 3rd and goal. Vick, 3rd and goal. Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson. Touchdown! Well, CD, they had the overtime answer. Now the question, do they tie it or go for the win?
Well, the teams already knew. The best teams, they made up their minds before they got to the end zone whether they were going to go for 2 or go for the tie.
They'll try and throw for it. Steps away to his left. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. Charles, what a ball game we were treated to. And in the postseason, no less, with all the drama, this may be the best finish you and I have seen in quite some time.
I would agree with that. And let's face it, there was no doubt in their minds that they were going to go for it all, and they came out successful. Congratulations to each and every one of them on a truly memorable victory.
And how about this? The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp,